What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 20 of the IncntrolGaming podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ole, and joining me, as always, my fellow co-host, PK.
Hi, Ole. Hi, everyone.
And we have a really special guest for episode 20 today. We have Dennis Kidd. How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Really good, really good. Nice.
Hi, Dennis.
Finally. This has been a long time coming, right?
Yeah.
We've linked up through Lusaka Comic Con and everything. We did the live pod together and everything. That was a lot of fun. And ever since then, we wanted to have a podcast together. But thank you so much for joining us on episode 20.
My pleasure.
So, if you didn't know, this is the IncntrolGaming podcast, one-stop shop for all the latest gaming news, trends, what's happening in the industry, coming from three chuckleheads like us today. Quick note on housekeeping. I would like you guys, if you haven't seen this yet, we've got our Game of the Year 2018 videos. 3 videos are up. Definitely go take a look at that on the channel. Lots of fun trying to determine.
A lot of fighting.
A lot of fighting.
I don't know if it was all fun.
It was mostly fun. So definitely make sure you take a look at those videos. That'll be really great. But why don't we go ahead, guys? Start off with the news. All right. So incoming. This is a megaton. We got a quick peek as our first news story at the PS5. PlayStation 5 has been semi-revealed through an exclusive article with Wired. Chief architect of the PS4, Mark Cerny, was on hand to show the system and describe its capabilities with a bit of a demo with Spider-Man. But a quick look at the specs. The CPU with the PS5 will be on an AMD chip based on Ryzen. It will have 8 cores and it will be a 7 nanometer Zen 2 technology. The GPU will be a custom AMD Navi family GPU that will supposedly support ray tracing.
Let's...
form of ray tracing.
Yeah.
Dennis, maybe you want to explain quickly, just a quick overview of what ray tracing is.
Okay, so ray tracing is basically a form of light, the way light works in graphical capabilities, I suppose. So the way lights work now is that they are all kind of baked into a room.
Yeah.
So if I walk into a room and the right wall is brighter than the other, I'm going to tell my artist to make the right wall lighter than the other one, right? But with ray tracing, it's so dynamic. If I walk into a room, the mere act of me opening that door is going to bring in a certain amount of light into that room, and if the room I'm coming from has a blue light, the room I'm entering is going to have blue light. So it's all very dynamic, and it's all calculated by the CPU dynamically and in real time. So that costs a lot of CPU and GPU.
Because the 20 is what are those new cards that do ray tracing? Is it the 2080 whatever? Come on, you PC nerds know this.
Even the
TI.
There we go.
Even the new one, the 10 series, adding them, although they're not at a level that is
20 frames a second.
It's a big hit to performance. So Cerny-san says that it will have a form of ray tracing. Audio is also really cool. It will have a custom 3D audio chip that will offer dramatically different audio to the PS4, as well as storage, which was a really interesting point because it'll support, it'll have an SSD, which is a solid-state drive.
Finally.
And this will allow for much faster loading of games. And he gave an example. He loaded up Spider-Man on a PS4 Pro, and he basically fast traveled, and it took 15 seconds for that process to happen, whereas on the PS5 it took 0.8 seconds.
Which is a huge jump.
Yeah, that's a massive jump. So those are the kind of things we can expect, keeping in mind that this is a PS4 game, so naturally it would run better. We need to see what this will do with native PS5 games.
And don't forget, it'll be much quieter.
Hopefully it's not a jet engine.
Mine wants to take off
daily. Daily, right? Yeah, even my Pro is because I have a first gen Pro and it's super loud.
I just thought of something. That means that he just whipped the disc in and it worked better, isn't it?
That's a good question. I think it's native. Yeah, I think it's just the console itself doing that. No, nothing special needed on top
So
of
that's
that.
good news. So like back compat, you just whip in your Bloodborne, and instead of waiting for 2 hours for it to load.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh yeah, so Dennis, you also bring up a really good point. The PS4 and the PS5 is also confirmed to support PS4. So all your discs and downloaded games will work on the PS5, which is awesome. And resolution support, it will be full 4K, and they did say it will also support 8K. But that's like none of us are going to be playing games on in 8K. So anyway, guys, your quick reactions to the PS5 stuff. I know we didn't get any visuals like actual games. It was more like a sneak peek kind of thing. Keep Sony in the conversation for next gen, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
This is going to be an expensive system.
Like I
this
said
is sounding
before,
like
those parts aren't cheap in that.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what price they put it on. Because I mean, look, I know as a developer, as a console developer, you occasionally make a loss. If not every time you make a loss when your box is released. And I guess over time, with more games and more units being sold,
PS Plus.
Yeah, PS Plus as well. I guess that's where you start to generate your profits after a few years. But this is gonna be quite expensive, and I want to see. It seems like quite a huge leap. But let's see how it goes. I don't know.
Yeah.
The backwards compatibility thing as well, I think it's a niche as well, though. I mean, a lot of us gamers...
Not with PS4. I don't think this gen you can afford to... Because people have spent so much money digitally on games.
It's about time it came.
$100s.
It's about time it came, but then at the same time, I know it hasn't been one of their priorities.
I think they prioritize back compat with every system except the PS4.
Yeah,
when you think about it.
PS4.
It's only the PS4 that never had it. Fair enough, they removed it from PS3 with time, but that was like a cost thing. But initially in mind, they were like, no, we need people to play their old games on. So, they've mostly been there. Yeah. And this gen, I think it's absolutely crucial.
It has to be there.
No, they had to have it this time.
Like if you look at PS Plus and their games, there's a huge backlog and people want to play those games.
That's exactly me right now. I'm playing The Witness on PS5. You know what I mean? So, that's PS5 news. Super exciting. We'll probably find out more about it later this year or early next year. So our second story is Star Wars. Star Wars: The Jedi Fallen Order has been revealed by EA at Star Wars Celebration last week. This is a full single-player only game developed by Respawn, coming in November of this year. No microtransactions. They made a big point about this. No loot boxes.
Oh, well done.
I have a note here that yes, exactly. Thank you so much, because they were so excited about that and not having my.
Guess what, guys? You don't have to buy anything. Like
you're not gonna have to spend more money.
Oh,
thanks.
Look, Mom, I cleaned my own mess.
Exactly that. So there was a trailer that was released. Hopefully, it's playing over us talking right now. But quick notes about the story. This is me just reading PR nonsense. As a Jedi hero turned fugitive, players will need to fight for survival while exploring the mysteries of a long extinct civilization, all in an effort to rebuild the remnants of the Jedi Order as the Empire seeks to erase the Jedi completely. Cinematic immersive combat. Jedi Fallen Order delivers the fantasy of becoming a Jedi through its innovative lightsaber combat system, striking, parrying, dodging, partnered with a suite of powerful force abilities. The galaxy, a daunting force awaits, blah 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 blah. Trailer's playing, so you should have an idea of how the game looks. But I don't know, how you guys feeling about this Respawn-made single-player only Star Wars game? Are we not excited? Isn't this what we wanted when EA got the Star Wars license? Fair enough, they canned Hennig's game.
But canned a few times.
I'm super salty about the Hennig thing because I love the Hennig games. But I mean, I like Respawn. I don't think they're a bad game, so I know this will be at the bare minimum good.
Yeah.
I think you've put it perfectly.
I just hope it's not also short, because Titanfall 2's campaign, while amazing, was only like 5 or 6 hours.
No, I think when it comes to the seriousness of a Star Wars game, they will give us a nice open world.
It's not open world?
It's not open world.
It's linear.
It's pretty linear.
Did you play Titanfall 2's campaign?
No, I didn't play Titanfall.
Okay, so that game is very linear. Yeah. Which is fine for me. I don't have a problem with that. I just want it to be chunky. You know, I'm talking about a good, maybe quality 12 to 15 hours. You know what I mean? And I'm fine with that.
Believe in respawn.
Seen some
I guess.
trepidation. Yeah.
It went a little bit quiet.
Yeah, so we'll find out more about that at E3. So that should be cool. We have a rumor that's being confirmed by Bloomberg about 2 new Switch models coming soon. We're going to have a cheaper model for the end of June, which will probably be handheld only, not able to dock into your TV.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get a slightly upgraded version later this year, so like Switch's version of a Pro or an X or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of interesting to see that Nintendo's going down. Well, they've made cheaper revision, but the upgraded one is kind of interesting to see them go for power when they're not even in that conversation about power, really.
I think it's necessary because of like say the Doom ports. And
Fair,
that stuff.
yeah, that's actually a fair point. I don't know why if you're a Switch only person playing Doom, I understand, but if you have a PS4, Xbox, or PC, why are you playing Doom on there?
Doom on the
Well, you want to play
Doom
on
on
the
your
go.
bed.
You want to play it on the go. You
Yeah,
wanna play it
but
on the
it's
plane.
such a downgraded version for me. It just deserves the full fat TV experience. But
I guess it's all about having the content, right? The content.
yeah,
available
just
for
they
you.
got it. Yeah. And then to wrap up the news section, we'll just go over some new releases that have happened, sort of like in the last month and a half, really, almost 2 months.
Shoot them out.
Tell me, guys, how you feel about each of these games. We had Devil May Cry 5. I don't have the dates that these came out, sorry, but these games are all out.
Yeah.
We had Devil May Cry 5 that came out a couple of weeks back. We had The Division 2. We had Dead or Alive 6. We had Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. We have Cuphead on Switch now. We also have Dragon's Dogma on Switch. There was Mortal Kombat 11, which was last week, I believe. Dreams Early Access, and Days Gone, which came out on Friday. So yeah, if you're interested in any of those games, then they're out right now.
Dreams.
Yeah, really cool stuff coming out of that game, actually.
Yeah.
So I think that will wrap it up for our news section. Thanks for joining us. Join us for the next topic of the week. It's going to be really interesting. We're talking about next gen streaming. A bunch of other new stuff that's happening in the industry.
New stuff.
We've got Dennis Kidd here to help us out. Join us for that.